Well, we try to get it as close to Halloween. It's released on different dates in different countries a bit, but it's very close to Halloween everywhere. And it's, let's say, it's easy for a band such as us, who are so heavily influenced by bands like Black Sabbath, to release an album either on Valentine's Day or Halloween. It just makes it way easier. It was the one before Screamworks that came out really close to Valentine's Day. So you don't have to remember the exact dates. It's just like, yeah, our next album's coming out on Valentine's. Halloween still, I'm not sure how it is over there, but it's still not a super big thing in Finland. It's not as commercial as it is in America or in, let's say, in England. Getting there bit by bit. There are more and more parties and people are dressing up and, getting all these crazy costumes on. But it's, obviously since the weather as well, you can't have, kids trick-or-treating. It's way too cold for that. But I think, the best way of spending Halloween is to, either to have a girl by your side if you're a man and heterosexual, or whatever, and then or working on some music. It's the same in Helsinki. It's just rainy and dark and getting chills down to the spine, spine and bone and all that. So, well, we've done a few. We did these great 2 shows at the Hammersmith Apollo in London. We had a makeup artist doing all these scary makeups for the whole band. We looked like zombies from some horror movies and all that stuff. And I appreciate it. Yes, it's great. It's it's good fun and people seem to have great time. And we have that melancholy type of pretty sinister music. So it does fit with the scheme. So I'm not complaining at all. I grew up with Kiss, so I think that would be the obvious thing, to be either Paul Stanley or Gene Simmons. But it's who would be a good one? Maybe somebody from Slipknot. You wouldn't get recognized at all. You'd have a mask on and just go about it. You could make a fool out of yourself without anybody knowing who you are. Anything that Dario Argento would make. One of our favorite horror movie directors. The Italian fellow who did Suspiria. The Italian classics. And he's a great director and has done great movies, stuff that has inspired us musically and very many others. Obviously, John Carpenter is great. He does most of the music himself, but maybe one day we'd have the chance of convincing him to use some of our music. Everybody in the band, we love H.P. Lovecraft, all the old school 20s horror type of stuff. I heard that Peter Jackson, the guy who did the Lord of the Rings, the director, that he was working on making not a remake, but a film out of H.P. Lovecraft's At the Mountains of Madness. There was a rumor a couple of years back. I'm not sure whether they shelved it. I think that the most important thing that you can have with a song is an emotional connection. It doesn't really matter what the song is about. You hear a song, and at a certain moment in your life, and it reacts with you. It's like a chemical, reaction. It stays with you forever. It's like a song is tattooed on your skin. We try to make our own interpretations that have our own vibe, but still are, that we're still trying to appreciate where the song comes from and to appreciate the original vibe and the original sentiments of it. When we did Wicked Game by Chris Isaak back in the day, that I just heard a couple of years back, 2 years back, that Chris really enjoyed the version too, since I hadn't heard from him before. It was really, really nice. I think originally the song was released in '96, and that was the time when we got signed for the first time. We had a record deal going, and I heard the song because it was on the same label. Mm-hmm. So they had posters of that guy, Kay Grivois, posters of the guy all around the office and stuff like that, and I was wondering, who the hell is that guy, and blah, blah, blah. And I got the album, and I fell in love with that song. And that's one of the songs that, these random songs that keep on following you throughout the years. Whenever you hear it, or whatever, it's always been on my iPods and my iTunes or whatever, my CD collection. And I love the song. It's really, it has the melancholy that we have in our band's music. And then it's not super easy to read, which I like about it. It's not very, it's direct, but it still has that sense of, what would you call it? Mysticism And I'm really happy. I was in touch actually with Kay, the guy who wrote the song and who performed it originally, and he really enjoyed our version of it. So I'm super happy about that.